Hi guys, welcome to the Premier League prediction show. Tonight I'll be on my own. I'll be joined by Jacob from Canary Cast as we kick on this Premier League prediction show. Welcome to week 10 of the Premier League predictions. First and foremost, before we start the show, welcome to the show. Thank you to everybody who subscribed to Leicester Fan TV so far. We reached just over 8K yesterday. So thank you so much for your incredible support. Thank you for every like, every comment, and every subscribe. It means a lot to the guys at Leicester Fan TV and myself. Thank you for watching every show. I really hope you enjoy it. A big win for the Foxes last night. Got through to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. The Carabao Cup draw is 10:30 on Saturday. So go and check that out before Leicester City take on Arsenal at 12:30. As always, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, wherever, follow us at Leicester Fan TV on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Sorry about that, guys. A bit of a glitch. So follow us everywhere. Coming up on Leicester Fan TV then, tonight is obviously the Premier League prediction show. Join Reedy for the pre-match show tomorrow night at 7:30. The watch-along match day, Saturday. The watch-along returns as Leicester take on Arsenal at the King Power Stadium with 12:30 kickoff. The watch-along should start around about 12 o'clock. So join Elijah or Michael, whoever's doing it. Join Jamie for the aftermath show as he talks post-match about Leicester Arsenal. So let's get started then. And let's get going with the show.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right, guys, let's get a few good evenings in then. Hat-trick for Daka. Hello, Derek. Hello, David. Neil Plato, hello. Amanda, hello. Gail Ryan, hello. How are you? Let's get Jacob in then. Jacob, how are you, pal?
Yeah, good, mate. Before we start talking, the less Norwich talk, the better. We can talk about Madison, talk about Leicester. I don't care. As little as Norwich as possible, mate.
Jacob, tell us about the Canary Cast then. What do you guys do over there?
Yeah, so all Norwich stuff this season obviously been pretty tricky with trying to keep up beat with a tricky start. But yeah, all Norwich stuff kind of going over everything. And yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, actually be able to get a few more better results to speak about as the season goes on.
Yeah, Jacob, let's get on to the first game of the weekend then of week 10. Leicester City take on Arsenal, 12:30 kickoff. What's your thoughts on this one, mate?
No pressure. Yeah, so I would say I'm looking at it. I'm like, Arsenal have that weak Achilles heel, don't know. That back four, I know Ben White's come in for big money, but you're looking at it, Daka seems to have come in, Europa League, scored some beautiful goals. And I'm thinking now he's burning with confidence. Jamie Vardy's always a pain up there. For me, I look at that and say Leicester is slowly going now. We were talking off air, weren't we, that Leicester are starting to pick up. I remember watching you guys come to Carrow and thinking, there's bits that just aren't right there. I know you had a lot of injuries, and I was just thinking, whilst you did get the result, it was like it's a team that needs a bit of time to get into the season. It looks like you're getting there now. Obviously, that United win was massive. I think you could easily roll them over.
Yep. What's your score prediction for this one, Jacob?
I'm going to go 3-1 Leicester.
3-1 Leicester. Interesting. Tom's gone for a 2-0 Leicester City win in this one. I think this one, it's both teams on form. Arsenal haven't lost a game since the Manchester City game, I believe, at the Emirates, where they got battered. Arsenal picked up a win last Friday night against Aston Villa at the Emirates, a poor Aston Villa side. Obviously, Arsenal took advantage of that, a dubious penalty decision. What really wouldn't have got given on another day. Clearly won the ball, but, the referee thought otherwise. Leicester, on the other hand, a 2-1 win away at Brentford. Brentford, no easy way to go. They performed well this season, but then their manager come out with very salty excuses after the game in the press conference. So, a Leicester City side again who put out a second team last night, beat Brighton on penalties and got through to the quarterfinals of the Cup. Leicester are on a good run of form now, beating Spartak Moscow and Manchester United. So it's good to see that Leicester are starting to pick up the points. And I think this weekend we're going to do it again. And I'm going to go 3-1 Leicester. Let's see what everyone's saying in the comments. William's gone 3-1 Leicester. 3-1 Leicester. David Gavin. 2-1 Leicester. 1-0. Derek C. 2-1 either way. 3-1 Leicester. Everyone seems to go 3-1 Leicester. But it depends how Arsenal defend, doesn't it, Jacob, in this one? They picked up quite a bit of form under Mikel Arteta, but Mikel Arteta comes under a lot of scrutiny at Arsenal. They want him out 1 minute and then loving him the next.
Yeah, football club, isn't it, there?
You don't want to support them, do you, really? Gavo going 4-1, 2-0 Neil Plater. Let's move on then to the next one of this weekend, and that's Watford versus Southampton. What's your thoughts on this one, mate, and what's your prediction?
Tricky one. I think, obviously, we lost to Watford. Who haven't we lost to? But, looking at it, I think they're a big counter-attacking side. Obviously, Ranieri made the best counter-attacking side we've seen in Premier League recent history of, obviously, Leicester. We're looking at that. That's how they're set up to win games. I've watched them a few times this year. It literally is counter-attacking. If they have the ball, they start struggling. For me, Southampton, I always look at them and think defensively they look so poor, but they always seem to pick up enough points. I think it'll be a close one. I think Southampton with Ward-Prowse are always a threat from set pieces. For me, it'll be quite close. KG 1-1.
1-1. Tom's gone 2-1 Watford. Ranieri to pick up his second win as Watford manager. Obviously, Watford going into this one lost 5-0 against Liverpool and then going batter Liverpool's next door neighbours in Everton 5-2 at Goodison Park on their own turf. Watford will look to build on that against the Southampton side who could really get relegated this season. They're not performing well at all. They're not picking up the points they need to. They drew to a poor Burnley side, 2-2. It were two poor sides, really, for relegation this season, Burnley and Southampton. It's a relegation battle. Watford's down there as well at the minute, but I just think that's going to give Watford confidence ahead of the Southampton game. So I'm going to go 2-1 Watford in this one. Let's see what the comments are saying. 3-2 Watford. 2-2. Interesting. Let's move on to the next one. High-flying Liverpool versus Brighton Hove Albion, who lost 4-1 to Manchester City last game. What's your thoughts on this one, Jake?
I watched Brighton, obviously, against Norwich, and I thought they were really poor. I know they've started the season really well, but they did not get it out of second gear against us. And thought, wow, they've done well to get up into the high kind of reaches of the league. Obviously, like the ball, but you look at Liverpool this season, they look on a new, freshly charged level this year. Salah is in, obviously, incredible form, and I can only see a 3-0 Liverpool win, to be honest.
3-0 Liverpool win. Tom's gone 2-1 to Liverpool in this one. I mean, Liverpool are battering teams everywhere they go. Man United, they came at the helm of it. 5-0, what could have been 10-0. Brighton, lost 4-1 to Manchester City at the Amex. Brighton have had an incredible season so far. Performed well to Graham Potter's expectations and really got down to playing football. Brighton are normally one of them teams who would really scrape relegation or just be near and about. Liverpool are battering teams. Mo Salah, Jota, Mane, Firmino, incredible players with an incredible team. And to beat Manchester United 5-0 at Old Trafford, it's something to talk about. And Liverpool are obviously going to be up there this season for the title. I mean, I don't think Brighton's going to find it easy, this one, but I think Brighton are going to give it a go. I'm going to go 3-0 Liverpool on this one. Let's see what the comments are saying. 4-1. 1-1.
Ooh, it's a shout.
5-1 Liverpool. I think Liverpool are too strong for Brighton, but Brighton get a cheeky goal. 3-1 Liverpool. Interesting. Evening, Maz. How are you? Guys, like, share, and subscribe to Leicester Fan TV if you're new watching tonight, as always. It'd be much help. The next goal is 10k, so if you can get us there, it'd be much appreciated by the fans, for the fans. So keep commenting, and we'll get them up on screen. Salah is threatening Vardy's record in consecutive games. Vardy 11, it's heaven for Jamie Vardy. Salah is at eight games now, is it, where he scored? So he needs 4 straight games to beat Jamie Vardy's record. The next one then is Newcastle versus Chelsea. A rich team versus rich team. Which one's this one going, Jake?
Very rubbish rich team at the minute, though, who could easily get relegated for me. That would be funny, wouldn't it? I'd love to see it go down just for that. Chelsea normally struggle at Newcastle, but that Newcastle team is one of the worst teams, and speak for experience, I know, one of the worst teams in the Prem this year. Chelsea, I mean, it's giving me flashbacks about last weekend, Chelsea and Norwich, but Chelsea is so good at the minute. Obviously, I don't know if Lukaku and Werner will be fit, but even not, it's quite easily going to be too much for a strong squad for Newcastle, who will just sit in and defend. For me, I think it'll be a comfortable 2-0 Chelsea win.
2-0 Chelsea. Interesting. Tom's gone for a 2-0 Chelsea win as well. Interesting. What can I say about Newcastle? Rich, but not playing very good football. Relegation contenders this season. It don't matter how much money you've got, that money's not going to get invested quickly. It's not an overnight thing for Newcastle where they're going to get Mbappe and that straight in. It's going to take quite a few years to build the Newcastle squad. I mean, who's going to want to go there in the Championship if they went down this season? A Chelsea side who's on form. Very good form. I mean, Lukaku and Werner wasn't there last game because of injury. Whether they'll feature this weekend, I'm not really sure. Chelsea are very good away from home. They're picking up quite a bit of form. Chilwell scoring goals. Kante, what can you say about him? Fantastic midfielder, one of the best in Europe, if not the best. Newcastle, Callum Wilson scored an overhead kick against Crystal Palace, got them a draw, which they could have really lost if that Benteke goal stood. I think it's going to be another bad day at the office for Newcastle. I'm going to go Newcastle 0, Chelsea 3. Let's see what the comments are saying. 4-1 to Chelsea, 4-0. I see a draw. Interesting. Newcastle 2, Chelsea 3. Next one then. Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. Which way is this one going, Jake?
City all day long, sure. I know Palace shocked them a few years ago, but again, City again, more flashbacks of City away from Norwich. But just every team you're pulling up here is just reminiscent of batterings. Yeah, City are far too good, aren't they? You just look at, again, they're going to be up there. I think whilst Liverpool are on quality form, you look at it, I think they're still the ones to beat. I know Chelsea are top at the minute, but yeah, still far too strong, City. And you just look at them, you look at how Pep's playing with them. Foden looks in incredible form. Palace are all right under the air. They started better than I thought they would, but yeah, surely City too strong here. For me, again, I'd say 3-0 City.
3-0 City. Interesting. Tom's gone for the same score.
Great minds.
Manchester City, very good European side. Kevin De Bruyne, Raheem Sterling, Phil Foden. They've got some cracking players and a cracking manager. The best in Europe's got to offer him managers in Pep Guardiola. I don't think last night's result against West Ham's going to faze him too much. Crystal Palace side, who have picked up some really good form. I mean, you know, they could have come away 3 points from the Emirates if it wasn't for that last second goal from Alexander Lacazette. They drew against Newcastle, nearly beat Leicester. I think Manchester City are going to be too strong for this one. I mean, I think the last time Man City lost to Palace with the Andros Townsend banger.
Yeah,
at the Etihad.
Yeah.
I think Man City are going to be too strong for Palace in this one. I'm going to go 3-0. Let's see what the comments are saying. 1-0 Manchester City, 4-2. Man City 3, Crystal Palace 0. Interesting. 3-0 to Leicester. 0. Gonna smash them. Okay. Next one then is Burnley versus Brentford. Which one's this one going, Jacob?
Burnley are the worst team I've seen this season compared to Norwich. They are. That was without Maxwell Cornet, who's obviously their main guy. But yeah, well, you know, you've played Burnley so many times. It is still Route 1, Brexit. Get it up to the big man and try and get a goal from a corner or a set piece. They look really poor this year, though. How on earth Dyche has kept them up over the last few years, I don't really know, with the lack of spending. And Brentford, unfortunately for us, have kind of really started the season really well. And Tony looks, whilst he hasn't scored, has been really key. And Wemo, whilst hitting the post a lot, is again, you played him last weekend. They get on the second balls a lot, don't they? They get up in your face and are aggressive. And Thomas Frank, whilst you probably love to have him as Brentford fan, he's a bit of a, yeah. Am I allowed to swear on this? bit of that kind of guy who just a bit like, yeah, bit of Marmite. So, yeah, I can see exactly why Brentford fans love him, but they don't care who they're playing this year. They're going to win. For me, I think it'll be close. Going to go 1-1, but it wouldn't surprise me if Brentford go and edge it.
1-1. Tom's gone for a 2-2. I mean, watching Maxwell Cornet against Southampton, getting 2 goals. I mean, what a fantastic player he is. Maxwell Cornet, you know, if they didn't have him, where would the goals come from? Because Chris Wood and Vidra don't seem to be scoring at the minute for Burnley. Brentford, very good side. I went away to the Brentford Community Stadium last weekend watching Leicester. What a fantastic side Brentford are. They're well set up, well drilled. They play very well. They're very good attacking and they're very threatening. They've got some very big men in Janssen and that who will threaten from set pieces. They've got a good manager in Thomas Frank. And I really think Brentford will stay up this season. They'll be one of the 3 to stay up. Burnley, when are they going to win a game? Will it be this weekend? Who knows? Burnley haven't won a Premier League game in a while, I believe, in the Premier League stats. They're playing a Brentford side who's very good, who will attack. Burnley are just going to be, like you say, Route 1 Brexit football under Sean Dyche. I mean, Chris Wood hasn't really scored this season, neither's Vidra. I think they'll be down there for relegation this season. Burnley, Brentford, a top 10 finish. I'm going to go 2-0 Brentford in this one. I think Brentford's going to come away with 3 points. Let's have a look what the comments are saying. 2-1 Brentford. 3-1 Brentford. 2-2. Interesting from William there. The next one then is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is at the wheel. How bad does it feel, Manchester United? It's Tottenham versus Man United. 2 managers who they don't want their Ollie, you know, is out at Manchester United. In Espirito Santo's only just joined Tottenham, but Tottenham fans want him out already. So this one, Jacob, how's this one going to fare?
I think this is probably the perfect game for Man U, isn't it? If you could pick one of them, because Spurs just look, really poor. Harry Kane, I mean, since he didn't get that move to City, I think he's a guy that kind of looks half of the playing ability. I watched him against Burnley yesterday, and there's a chance he had where you'd normally just expect him to smack it into the corner. It was close to the corner flag. Like, he just seems off it at the minute. It's one of those which I think Man U might edge this just because quality of player, which it seems to be this year, is the only way Ollie's going to stay in a job is if the quality players, you know, kind of play, because it doesn't seem many tactics there. I'm going to say 2-1 United, but it could be one of those ones that fizzles out horribly because, like you say, neither club really wants the manager they've got. Both kind of players don't really look up for it. But yeah, I think United overall have the better quality of player, really.
Yeah. A Tottenham side who lost to West Ham last weekend. Mikel Antonio, the tank that he is, got the goal against Tottenham. I don't know about the celebration. Well, maybe he should stick to just goal scoring and that, because his celebration at times can be very not good. You know, they don't want him to pull a hamstring or something anytime soon. Don't know why celebrating Mikel Antonio, but he's a beast. Tom's gone 1-1. Man United 5-0 lost to Liverpool. Sir Alex Ferguson's face said it all last weekend. Kenny Dalglish, we're loving it on the other hand. How long Solskjaer going to stay in a job now? I'm not sure. The Glazers just seem to think about the money and not what's happening on the field. Tottenham, Harry Kane, he ain't really scoring goals, really. Son, incredible player. I'd say he's the best of what Tottenham's got. He's score all over the pitch, not just penalties. Cristiano Ronaldo, will he turn up this game? He got very frustrated against Liverpool. Ended up kicking Curtis Jones very hard. And I mean, you know, Canate and Van Dijk ran none of that. But I think Man United's going to go win this one 2-1. Cristiano Ronaldo, we're double. I can't see anything else. Let's have a look what the comments are saying. 3-1. Nuno to park the bus. Spurs 1, Manchester United 3. 2-2. I mean, you know, watching Spurs and Man United this season, it's not really great watching them both. They're not really entertaining at all. Next game then, Jacob, is your beloved Norwich City versus a Leeds United side who's not winning any games.
Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a good game to play, but I mean, I can't explain to you how bad Norwich are at the minute. 2 goals in 9 games, minus 21 goal difference. Just like, it's almost Sunday League, you know, the games that you play against a really bad team and they just get pummeled every week. Oh, this is a huge opportunity, though. Norwich need to win this game. If there's any chance of Norwich, you know, starting to pick up, we've got 5 really, I was going to say winnable games, but games you can pick up points in. It has to start against Leeds. Had a lot of injuries. Calvin Phillips is back, hopefully not match fit enough to start. Rafinha hopefully injured after he was taken off against Wolves. I'm praying beyond belief that we win. If I was using my head, I wouldn't say a result, but heart say 1-0 Norwich and just praying, fingers crossed, everything crossed that we win.
1-0 Norwich. Interesting. Let's talk about Norwich then. Not great start to the season.
No.
They've had quite a battering time in the Premier League so far. They've not won a game. Not just this season, but when they were in the Premier League before, this record seems to be carrying on. A 7-0 battering to Chelsea. It got worse. Ben Gibson got sent off. It didn't help any of your chances. I mean, the Tim Krul one where he saved it and it went underneath him. And then, obviously, it went in. Mason Mount, Krul saved the penalty, and then Mason Mount had a second chance, which he scored, which Krul saved again, but obviously didn't keep it out that time. Leeds United, without Patrick Bamford, they're not scoring enough goals. They got lucky to get a draw against Wolves. Rafinha got injured. I don't know what's happening with Rafinha. I don't know whether he'll be out this weekend, but if he is, it's going to be very costly for Leeds having Bamford out as well. If Calvin Phillips is back in the midfield, I can't see that making much of a difference because you need strikers to score. And you need your best players up there to score. And I don't think Leeds are offering that this season. They were a very good side last season under Bielsa, very attacking. They'd come to your stadium and beat you if given the chance. Norwich, on the other hand, where are you, Norwich? Really, Delia Smith's going to be on that pitch on the halfway line anytime soon.
Haven't got any money. Love that we've got an owner that loves the club, but when you've got, well, to be fair, we're probably like bottom half championship kind of money wise. It's like, and to be fair, it's almost like pushing a rock up a hill just financially. I know we spent quite a bit, but still had to get rid of your best player to Villa, like to finance that. It just seems if we can have the best of both worlds, like you see at Leicester, money and an owner that cares, I'd take it in a heartbeat. But yeah, it's always going to be a struggle, and probably try and do a Southampton where you stay up and promote the youth like we have done. It's just trying to. We're buying players who you kind of trying to hope that they make the step up rather than guarantees, which is always risky.
Do you feel with Norwich, Jacob, that they're too good for the Championship but not quite good enough for the Prem?
Well, yeah. Again, I'd say if you had the financial backing, you'd be able to stay up because the people behind the scenes at the club. And to be fair, Daniel Farke would be able, if you had the money, if you could spend 70, 80 million, even 100 mil, that would keep you up. And then you'd be able to push on. But it's Norwich, isn't it? Little place in England. No one really goes there. It's a bit away from everywhere. It's never really going to be taken over by what Newcastle have got, what the other huge clubs have got. Even Palace in London, Brentford will have, again, London, that promotion there. And the thing is, it's all right coming up. That's the easy bit. It's going back down and then trying to get it back up again. It's always tricky. And seeing those clubs then almost cut away and can't get back up again, that's where the struggle comes. I pray we stay up, but yeah, it's a big ask this season, I think.
It is a big ask for Norwich this season. They seem very poor. Just don't seem good enough to be in the Premier League this season. It's good to see them go up and then, but you want to state your claim in the Premier League, don't you, and stay there, not just to make up the numbers every season and keep going down, up and down. Yeah. Obviously, the parachute money helps what you get for going down to the Championship again. But you don't want that every season, do you, really, where you're going to keep fighting to come up and down. You want to state your claim and stay up there. And I don't. After this season, I can't see Norwich staying up.
After 9 games, that's pretty poor to be able to say, isn't it? Pretty much everyone says that. It's embarrassing to a degree because a couple of years ago we did exactly the same, just not good enough. Obviously, had the Man City win, but yeah, it's disappointing to not be able to really consolidate. I'd love to be able to do that and then take that next step, but I don't think it will happen without proper investment.
I'm going to go 1-0 Norwich against Leeds.
Please.
I'm gonna bat you this weekend. I mean, that winger who you got from the German Bundesliga,
Rosica,
what's his name? Is it Sargent? Is he should have scored against
Sargent? Yeah.
Brighton.
Oh god,
open goal, should have scored.
Don't
I
remind me.
how it is this season. Let's look at the other results. 2-1 Norwich. 2-1 Norwich. Love to see the Canaries get off to a winnable game. 2-1. Lee Baker 1-1. Interesting. Guys, if you're just joining us, smash a like, share, subscribe to Leicester Fan TV as always. By the fans, for the fans. Let's move on to Tom's prediction was 3-0 to Leeds.
I don't think I'll be anywhere near the internet if that happens. Oh god.
No. The next one then, Jacob, is an informed West Ham side travelling to Villa Park. How's this one going to go, mate?
Villa have been a bit of a weird one, haven't they? Kind of everyone pre-season backed them to be, I don't know, challenging for Europe, really, with the money they've spent. Obviously, scabbed our best player and just hasn't gelled yet. I think they're trying to find a system to fit them all in. West Ham, I mean, David Moyes, what a job he's done there with, like you say, Antonio started there at right back, is now I'd say an established Premier League forward. And the rest of the squad is just solid, isn't it? It reminds you of the Everton years when he was there and just, solid as a rock. Tricky one, this, because Villa on their day can turn up and beat anyone, or they'll go and be poor against an Arsenal and be convincingly beaten. I'm going to go 2-2 for this one.
2-2. Interesting. Let's talk West Ham first. Incredible. The way David Moyes has meshed that team together. Jared Bowen, Ben Rama from Brentford, Mikel Antonio, the beast that he is. He's the Premier League Adair whacking Fenwa. He's the tank. He's the solid striker. He's got the pace. He's got everything you want. He can score goals. He can hold up play. He can do everything. He can even defend. They're very worthy of the position at the minute, West Ham. And they seem very good the way they set up, and they're very hard to break down. Aston Villa, they had a decent start to the season, and now they just fell off. They've lost. They beat Everton at Villa Park, but they don't seem to be picking up many more points. Obviously, they lost to Arsenal. Didn't show up at all. I mean, they got battered in the first half. Second half, Dean Smith said, 2-0 down. It's a hard one to climb up a hill, which obviously it was. Buendia, he's not really hit it running at the minute.
We'll take him back. I'd take him back for a cheeky 5 mil.
Leon Bailey, he started life well at Aston Villa. Danny Ings and Ollie Watkins, you've got two good strikers there who can actually score goals on their day. Martinez, a fantastic goalkeeper. I think it's going to be difficult for Villa this one, but the Villa crowd are going to be up for this one. But I can't see them winning this one. They threw a 2-0 lead against Wolves away and lost 3-2 very late on. So I'm going to go for West Ham to win this one 3-0.
Ooh, nice.
Let's see what the comments are saying. 3-1 West Ham, 0-0. 0-0. 3-1 West Ham, 2-0 West Ham. Villa unpredictable, tricky Villa, 2-3. 3-2. Interesting. The last one then, Jacob, is Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Everton.
Yeah, Everton are a weird one, aren't they? Started well under Rafa, had a few injuries, and then got absolutely pummeled out of nowhere from Watford, which, again, from Norwich point of view, is really not helpful. Wolves play good football, don't they? Really good possession base. I think that might play into Everton's hands to be able to counter-attack. And Wolves, whilst they are picking up points, not scoring many, are they? I know they're creating a lot of chances. I think their XG is kind of outperforming their actual goals massively. Everton really need to get a point here at least, because that Watford hammer. And the thing with Benitez as well is it will turn, won't it? Obviously, being ex-Liverpool, as soon as you get 3-4 results without a win, losses in a row, he will be under severe pressure because that fan base will happily turn. I'm going to go 1-1, but it's a tricky one to predict because Everton on their day could easily go and counter. Townsend started well, Richarlison coming back and scoring, but 1-1.
Yep. This one's a tricky one, this. I mean, an Everton side who were in a very sticky position against Watford. Everton, obviously, favourites to go and win that game. And then a certain Josh King turns up, who was on loan at Everton last season, who never really got a game, and he scores a hat-trick against Everton. It bit him on the arse, shall we say. Wolves, Chan is having a good start to life at Molineux. He scored again against Leeds United. Wolves, lucky enough to not come away with 3 points against Leeds. They'll be very annoyed that obviously they gave away that penalty in injury time. Everton lost against West Ham as well. It's a difficult one. I mean, since they drew to Manchester United at Old Trafford, Everton haven't really picked up points. Lost to Aston Villa. They're not really scoring goals. I mean, Solomon Rondon, he's not really banging them in like he did for West Brom. It's going to be a tricky one for Everton going to Molineux. Jimenez needs a goal. Traore, well, he turned into that monster that you know he can be. Runs up and down the wing. He just ain't got the shooting and the crossing accuracy. If he did, he'd be the perfect winger. Everyone would love him. He'd be that £100 million winger, but I'm afraid not. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Wolves winning this one. Let's have a look then. 4-2 Wolves. Interesting. 2-1 Everton. Learning a lot just listening to you both. Thank you. Thank you for watching, Gail. Wolves poor end product, but I think it'd be 2-2. Hello. How are you? Right then, Jacob. Thank you for coming on, pal. It's been a pleasure. I really hope you've enjoyed doing the Premier League prediction show with me tonight.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Hopefully next time I won't keep having flashbacks about Norwich losing. Might be a bit higher up in the table. Fingers crossed. But yeah, if Leeds beat Norwich at the weekend, I'd say come over and watch Canary Cast. But we might be constantly offline. It might be either an emotional reaction or a radio silence. We'll see how bad it is. But yeah, thanks for having me on, mate. Much appreciated.
Cheers, mate. See you in a bit. That was Jacob from Canary Cast. Coming up on Leicester Fan TV then, or should we call it LFTV? Let's have a look. So we've got the pre-match show with Reedy tomorrow at 7:30. We've got the watch-along / post-match analysis down at the ground with me, Phil and the boys. And you've got the aftermath show on Sunday with Jamie at 10 o'clock. Good times. Guys, as always, if you've enjoyed tonight's show, smash a like, share, subscribe to Leicester Fan TV. Let's get to 10K before the end of the year. We can do it together. Really hope you've enjoyed tonight's show. I'll be back next week, as always, with the regular shows. So Tuesday and Wednesday, you name it, I'll be there. Best of luck versus Leeds, Jacob. Yep. So yeah, thank you to everybody for watching tonight's show. Leicester City take on Arsenal, 12:30 on Saturday. Let's go and get another 3 points and get up that table, and let's go and compete for that top 6 again. Guys, thank you to the sponsors, ADT, Hollogram, Tiger, Pizzeria, Pukka Pies, Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Fox's Arms, Newby Co, and Hope Against Cancer. Thank you to all the guys who sponsor Leicester Fan TV. And that's it from me then. Jack here at Leicester Fan TV. As always, guys, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook at Leicester Fan TV, and also YouTube. Subscribe to us. Stick that notification button on. Click it. Push that notification button. It'll let you know when we are live. We are live 7 days a week. So, yeah. Guys, Tom will be back next week. He'll be joining me for the Premier League predictions. Hopefully, I've got some right. So, I'll find out next week. But as always, thank you very much to everybody for watching tonight. Thank you so much for getting us to 8K. We really appreciate it. Thank you for every like, every comment. And thank you for everybody who subscribed and come on the journey with us. We really appreciate it at Leicester Fan TV. And it's you guys that make the channel by the fans for the fans. So thank you so much. We love you forever. Keep it here at Leicester Fan TV. And come and see Reedy at 7:30 for the pre-match analysis for Leicester versus Arsenal. Thank you guys for watching. This is Jack from Leicester Fan TV saying bye-bye for now. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And come on, Leicester. Bye-bye for now.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.